I'm your friendly new media Mothman, Zach the Mothman Daggy, and welcome to another edition of Midnight Spook Show, your online source for all the horror news, reviews, and interviews that you can scream at. And this edition of Midnight Spook Show is a review of the film Lethal Obsession. Now, from time to time, I like to check out some of the more independent films. You know, the ones that don't have the big budgets, the ones that are about passion, you know. And luckily I live in Indianapolis because Indianapolis and Indiana in general is really a great place for indie filmmakers. I know in recent years there's been a lot of great indie films filmed here in Indiana. One of my personal favorites was a film titled Saving Star Wars. But in any case, in the last few months, I've had a couple films sent my way for review consideration, and I thought I'd discuss them here on Spookshow. So, coming soon, I'm going to be doing a review of the film In the Death Room is what it's called. But that's for another episode. For this edition, I want to talk about Lethal Obsession. Now, this is a film directed by Chris J. and Jason Ignite. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it stars Kitsy Duncan, who you may have seen on Spook Show earlier. I had the opportunity of interviewing her. So if you haven't checked it out, look for it at spookshow.tv and look in the interview section for Kitsy Duncan. So they did a film, and like I said, it's titled Lethal Obsession, and it's about a sex web video site where, you know, you see pop-up videos all the time on the web with saying, hey, you want to see sexy girls or something like that, you know. And what these are sites that girls more or less strip online. And so this kind of falls into the rules of the horror genre, which is, if you're in a slasher film, don't be showing your boobs, more or less. And so violations abound, as this is a slasher film, and someone starts killing these girls live on camera. And it's a slasher through and through with the mask and everything. Very cool. And as these kills start happening live on camera, the hits on the website start radically increasing. It becomes incredibly popular. And the person that runs the site is making a lot of dough because of the girls getting killed on camera. So naturally, of course, the person that runs the site, Kitsy Duncan, is a suspect to potentially be the slasher. And so the film, like I said, is a slasher film, and it has a lot of the tropes of the slasher genre. Person in the mask sneaking in and doing horrible murders that aren't just, okay, stab, dead. There's an axe murder on camera, and two really gruesome murders in particular stick out. One with a whip, and the other with a rusty metal object I couldn't quite identify. That one in particular pushes the envelope big time on slasher films. And as far as the depth of the story, it really goes into the social commentary of society, because people crave, more or less, in TV and movies, sex and death. And so the fact that the site is benefiting from these girls getting murdered really is a social commentary on the way things are. So I think that the story has some really cool depth. The ending, awesome twists. You really won't see the ending coming. But I will say that despite the twists, the last climactic battle, so to speak, was a little bit of a letdown. It wasn't that dramatic as I would have hoped. And I don't think it's anything to do with the writing or directing. I just think it's budget, more or less, which is sad. I would love to see Chris J, Jason Hignite, and Kitsy Duncan get some sort of money sent their way to either remake this film or something else of the same line, because they really know the slasher genre. And I think that they have a lot of potential to make something awesome on the big screen. So check them out while you can. The DVD of Lethal Obsession is available now. So get to know them before they make it big on the Hollywood's circuit. You can find Lethal Obsession at lethalobsession.com. It's in the show notes for this episode at spookshow.tv. And I should have the trailer for the movie over there as well. Just look for the post labeled Lethal Obsession. If you're into slasher films, I think you're really going to enjoy it. So check it out. Again, Lethal Obsession. And until next time, Mothmaniacs, I'm your friendly DVD Mothman, suggesting that when watching great horror films, be sure to turn it up and turn out the lights. Cheers. This episode of Midnight Spook Show is made possible thanks to GoDaddy. Grab your piece of the internet, be it domain names, web hosting, SSL certificates, or much, much more at GoDaddy.com. And be sure to enter promo code MOTH8 at checkout to save 10% off of your next order. And yes, indeed, Midnight Spook Show is proud to be a paid affiliate of GoDaddy.